Okay, I got a confession to make. One of the main times I listen to audio, particular music, is when I'm in the bathroom showering. And so here we are inside of my bathroom. This may look different than the last time I did an audio system update because I have since moved. I now am inside of a house. And I thought it was a good time to take a video. It's a pretty nice and bright, sunshiny day. And so I was like, you know what? Why don't I just take a video and show them my updated audio system? So I'll kind of go through each of these components, and I believe this is all brand new. So there's nothing in here besides the speaker wire that has not been replaced. Even the banana plugs have been replaced, okay? So we'll start with the amplifier. Here we have the, I'll get a better shot for you, SMSL SA50. This is a $70 amplifier. It says that it is 50 watts per channel, but of course we all know that these Class T amps, digital amps, tend to reach distortion at about 70% of their power. So I don't even know if I even get 30 watts out of this thing, but it actually does a good job. If you recall, what I had here before was the venerable Lepi 2020A. Well, I accidentally plugged the wrong AC adapter into that one when I moved into this house for when I first set this bathroom system a couple years ago and blew it. So it is gone. I replaced that, originally with another Lepi amp that's a little more obscure amp of theirs. It is a amp that has a remote control and a radio tuner in it. And it was okay, but I don't really think it had the same power as the original Lepi. And the remote control was terrible. I'd show you it, but I actually threw it out, so I don't have it anymore. It wasn't that great. It did its job, but the power is just so low. So I had this amp laying around, as well as another Lepi amp that I found, and so I pulled that out, and I tried them both. And the Lepi worked. It sounded good. I like that it has tone controls on it, because this is run through an AirPlay system, and I have my system kind of tuned for one particular room, and so it sounds weird in others sometimes, and it's nice to be able to maybe EQ out the bass, especially in a bathroom where it's a smaller room. You know, give you a show around here. But yeah, see, it's a pretty small room. We'll look at the other speaker over there in a little bit. And bass can sometimes be an issue, so it's nice to have the tone controls, but it just didn't have the dynamics and the power I was looking for. I was like, you know what? I got this SA50. Why don't I just pull it out and give it a shot? So I did, and I liked it much better. It provides these speakers, which I'll get to, with much more power and dynamics, and I don't feel like I have to crank it to really fill this room with sound. And when it does get louder, it doesn't distort as soon as the Lepi. So it has made its home here, a $70 amplifier that does a great job. So next thing I'll talk about is speakers. These are the kind of new. I think they came out in 2017, late 2017. Dayton Audio MK402 two-way bookshelf speakers. You can look at them there. I like the design of these. Now, these are a little bit big for the room, for the bathroom, but I wanted something of good quality that was going to get some volume, and I didn't want to break the bank. So if you recall, I had the Mica Covo S speakers in here, which were fine, but they definitely showed their shortcoming when they were cranked. And so I was like, you know what? I don't want to have to worry about that in here. And so I tried these guys out. These are $70 speakers as well. So if you're keeping track, it's about $140 total for the pair. $70 for the pair, $140 with the amp. And so I really like these speakers. They're awesome. They do a great job in here. I'm very impressed. And they sound so much better than those old tiny Mica. They're like a 3-inch coaxial speaker. They were great because their size and their cost, but man, these rattle the place. They're great. I really am glad that I picked these up. You look at them here, they kind of got this, they call it chamfered front baffle here. This is supposed to help with cabinet resonance. I'm not sure how much it really does in such an inexpensive speaker, but I will take their word for it. Let me get a cover off here. I'll try to, because these covers are actually really hard to take off, which is okay. I mean, I'm not too worried about them coming on and off. And yeah, oh man, I think I just broke one of the pegs. Oh shoot, well, I'm not gonna take them on and off very much. But yeah, I'm not really thrilled with the way the covers come on and off these pegs. But oh well, you don't take them off right out. So here's the speaker. I like the inverted dust cap there. This is a traditional silk dome tweeter. It's not an air motion transfer tweeter or a cheaper tweeter than that even, but it's a nice tweeter. Does a good job. So I'm really happy with these speakers. Much better than the mica speakers. So if you recall in that old system, I had a cheap AirPlay receiver, and it was okay, but actually I'm going to turn this off so we don't get interruptions. It was okay, but it had some delay issues, and it didn't have the greatest sound quality, and you couldn't change the name or anything. Well, I heard about this Eufy Genie. Let's see if we can take a look at it here. So this is a Eufy Genie. Alexa, what time is it? There you go. She'd be talking, but I turned it off so that it wouldn't actually fill our video with audio. So this is a Eufy Genie. Now this is an Echo device, which is cool. I wasn't really sure that I wanted an Echo device in my bathroom, but I was like, hey, it's an AirPlay receiver as well. Why not give it a shot? I got 2 other Echoes, and I like them. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. So I did, and I really like it. I actually used the Alexa feature more than I thought that I would. I set her off again. Sorry, Alexa, and sorry for setting off your Alexas as well. So anyway, I actually used the Echo feature more than I thought I would. Sometimes I will like ask for the news report or the weather when I'm showering in the morning, stuff like that. So I'm glad I got this one. It was like 30 bucks, twice as much as the original AirPlay receiver, but hey, it actually works well, and I'm glad that I got it. It sounds pretty good. I bet you there's better sounding devices out there as far as AirPlay is concerned, but it works. Works in my bathroom. And then you probably see this little device right here. What this is an RF remote signal transfer. So what this does is it turns your IR signals into RF, and this is connected to my computer on which I'm playing my Apple Music collection. So I can use a remote, which I'll show you in a minute here, and control play, pause, and skip track on my device or my computer in the other room. It's my office computer. And so this is really handy. This is from Monoprice. I think it's like 20 bucks. So what's that? 50 bucks plus 100. So we're at $190 right now. So not too bad. All right, before I show you the remote, let me show you back here. I got these new banana plugs. I'm visually impaired, and so those banana plugs that have like a tiny little black or red indicator on them are difficult for me to use. So I found these from Media Bridge, where you see it's a solid red piece, and I really like them. They do a great job, and they're much easier for me to see and install. And then I got this Monoprice CL2 rated in-ceiling cable. I believe this is 16 gauge cable here. I love this stuff. It looks nice. I like the jacketed speaker wire. It just, to me, it looks nicer, and it's easier to work with, and it hides easier as well. So the banana plugs and cables together would say were like 10 bucks. Okay, so there's that speaker. I've got the other speaker over here. I'll try not to make you dizzy. There's the other one. Now, I do get some resonance in this cabinet here. That's why I've got some of these like travel bags and stuff kind of set up to help. That's where they go, but also to help with some of the boominess of the bass, and it does help control them a bit. When I first set up this system, I noticed that it was pretty boomy, especially in the corners of my room, and so that helps a little bit. I know that the Lipi amp does not have an EQ, and like I said, that I kind of thought that was nice, but actually I found that the SMSL did not need it, and it sounds great. It doesn't need any EQ. That's a sign of a good amp and of good speakers. And so let me reach up here. Here's my Apple remote. This is to my old MacBook Pro. Actually, I think it's the MacBook Pro. Yeah, it is the one that I'm using with my iTunes Music. Now, these it might be familiar, they come with the Apple TV as well, but they used to come with MacBooks and MacBook Pro, so you could control front row and your computer. And so I use it to send signal across, and we'll see if it works here. I'll turn the amp back on in a minute. Across to my room, to my computer in the room, I can play, pause, and skip tracks. And let's see, we'll turn this down just in case. Is it not going to work? Oh, I know why I don't have the AirPlay turned on in the room. Okay, well, it's not going to work. Trust me, it works. So this is really handy. I am kind of a control freak, and I like to be able to skip tracks and change tracks on the fly when I want to. I don't do this from the shower. I have done that before, and I really found that it was hard on the remote and all the equipment. So I can't when I'm in the shower, but once I'm out, whatever, I can do it. So that's a handy system, and this is almost perfect. The one thing I wish I had was a remote control for the volume, but I don't really need it. One thing I have found with the SMSL amp is that it does dynamics and higher volumes better. And so even if, sometimes in your music collection, one song is louder than the other. But even if that's the case, it doesn't get distorted as quickly as the old Lepi amps would. And so I actually don't mind it if some songs are a little bit louder than the others. It doesn't hurt my ears or bother me like it did. And if it's too loud, I'll just get out and I can turn it down when I get out of the shower or something like that. But yeah, I'm really loving this system for, $200, let's say, maybe $205. It's a great sounding system. It's more than enough for this room. And if you're looking to do something like this in your bathroom, I really encourage you to do so. There's other cheaper speaker options and amp options out there too, but I really like this combination. I feel like I have plenty of overhead to work with, and that I'm not worried about anything being overpowered or blowing out or not having enough to fill the room with sound. It sounds really amazing. So that's the room, and I gave you a sound demo, but you're not really going to tell anyway, and I don't have anything to play right now. I got to reconnect the AirPlay. I just was disconnecting it so that I could break in some headphones with pink noise in my office. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you got any questions or clarifications that you'd like to have me do, please feel free to ask them. I will link to all this equipment down in the comments below. Note to self to do that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and please like and subscribe.